girls who run the world. Welcome to the channel. I am Anita. I use she, her pronouns. I am going to be your incredible, awesome, super mega foxy, awesome, hot game mistress for this game of Masks, a new generation brought to us by the lovely people over at Magpie Games. Um, we've got we've got a show for y'all. Like truly some of the brightest and most brilliant actual play performers in our Girls Run These World roster are here with us today. So I'm a pass it off to them, let them introduce themselves. Um, we are going to move first to our lovely Arnica. Arnica, tell the people who you are.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Arnica. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Alan James, also known as Captain Jack. The playbook is The Nomad. I am so excited to be here. I just cannot wait. I love superheroes. I love superheroes. Let's do this.
Najra, take the mic.
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I am playing Violeta Sanchez, aka The Void. I'm playing the Bull, so we're gonna tank a little bit, and I hope that you have a lot of fun.
Jen, you're up next.
Oh God, that's me. Hi. Hello, friends. I am Jen. My pronouns are she, they. I'll be playing Tessa Gray, aka Penumbra. She's an experience.
Indeed. Anne, what's good?
Hi, my name is Anne. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing Wavelength, the team's little sister, I guess, also known as Olivia Dawson or Livy to her friends. I'm excited to be here. Yay!
Period. And last but certainly not least, Ava, tell the people who you are.
Hey, it's your hot girl, Ava, and I'm playing Clara Romilda, also known as Spotlight, here to say that I love y'all and I'm here to play.
Period. Um, I I love this for us. Gosh, I'm going through the GM script. Last we left off, we don't have one of those. This is our first session. So I just I just start now. I just bring us into the wonderful world of Halcyon City. We flip open uh, volume 1, issue 1 of the first page of our comic book, and we see a megapolis from a bird's eye view, the biggest, most sprawling, most shining city that anyone has ever seen in the world. This is Halcyon, um, home of the strange and arcane, home of aliens and cyborgs and general superhero nonsense. It is a beautiful city filled with skyscrapers, brilliant, blinding lights, also slums and supervillainy and um, lots of scum and villainy, um, and everything outside and in between, along with like a few kaiju battles here and there. Like you can often see people flying up about the city. Um, it's strange. There is no other city like it known in this world, but it's home. Home to each of our main characters as we sort of hand down from the bird's eye view, like, and flip the page, we see sort of zooming in on a bit of like a we sort of zoom in on a bit of a mall. It's like it's a big mall, like it's pretty expansive. There's a movie theater, a bowling alley, and it's also dwarfed in comparison. There are bigger, brighter, more like more poured into and invested in places in the city. But this is where we start our comic. Um, and we begin sort of zooming in to a um, a minivan, like an SUV, sort of pulling up to sort of the drop off lane to the entrance of this mall, where we find um, a um, mother sort of dropping off a 16-year-old um, a 16-year-old kid with some protagonist energy about them. Um, as we zoom into like this person's face in the passenger seat, um, and what do we see?
Um, Olivia or Livy is a she's very petite. She's like 5'3". She has Filipino features, uh, like dyed like light brown hair, like she's trying to be um trendy or whatever, but um she has one of those bobs that are longer in the front and shorter at the back. Um, and she's dressed in jeans and like what time of year is it? Like what season is it? Is it like warm weather season? Is it winter?
Oh, it is just getting to the warm part of spring.
Um,
Like,
yeah, so she's got a mid midriff bearing like hoodie. It's a hoodie, but it shows a little bit of her midriff. It's it's pink. Um and yeah, she is headed off to the mall and she's like, thanks for the ride, Mom. I won't be too late. I'm just gonna go hang out with the squad. You know how it is.
wait. Be careful. I know how it is. I know you're going out, but like, just I worry about you. Okay? Like you're out there, um this city is this city is weird at times. So just make sure you have your phone on you. It's charged. Like,
She waves a fully charged cell phone and she says, never leave home without it.
um, she sort of like she sort of like grabs your hand before you walk out and just like gives you her love and like asks you to be safe. As you um it's strange being in this position. Um Livy, your powers give you sort of like a insight, especially with people that you're close with, like that you sometimes can't help but like hear their thoughts when they're like thought aloud. And you're your mother is very like preoccupied, and um you can tell that like your mom had a fight with like your other mom before like driving you over here.
She had a
You
fight with
hadn't like
Mama.
heard anything, and like she hadn't said anything to you, but like there is a very weird tension in the air as like she holds on to you, like very reticent to let you go, but like respecting you're 16 now, basically a grown up. You're gonna do what you do.
She gives Mom a hug and she says, "Well, now that I'm out of the house more often, maybe you and Mama can spend more quality time together."
um like a flash of like yeah, a flash of just like that that like that noise that like moms make when they are about to like go off and like start lecturing you. You know the vibes, like goes off as like you are listening to her head, but like um nothing changes in her like exterior. um and it's a little frightening. You don't The last time you were in this situation, your powers weren't as strong as they are now. Um, but she says, "Of course, honey." Gives you a peck on the forehead and says, "Now go, have fun. Don't just be talking to your mama in the car all day."
Okay, love you. And she exits the car with her phone. And her she has a little mini backpack that she carries. It's a black little mini backpack because she doesn't do purses. And she has her phone on her, and she'll quickly flip on the TikTok equivalent, the in universe equivalent of TikTok, and just
The clock
peek
app,
it,
of course.
peek in on the latest updates on her feed,
Uh,
specifically from her friends, because
that as you like take open your phone, we see in the background of the frame something a little strange. Like it's like a person sees like wearing sort of like a bralette and like a very like short mini skirt, um and no shoes, just like walking into the mall. Um, Nothing that Livy would like notice. But sort of like standing very straight, like a very tall person walking with purpose into the mall. And we sort of like follow them as we, or no, we sort of like just see them in the background for a second, but we sort of uh zoom into the clock app feed and see Clara Romilda. Oh no, we don't see Clara Romilda. We see Spotlight. Uh, Spotlight, who, in by coincidence, is in this very mall. Spotlight, where are you, and what are you doing on this Saturday afternoon?
So for right now, Spotlight's not in the mall. Right now is just Clara. She has a very oversized hoodie. Her hair, typically blonde on TikTok, is like a deep, rich burgundy red. And she's kind of just hunched over listening on the phone, and you could probably hear someone just like chattering in the like chattering and chattering, and she's just like, but look, I didn't tell her to change her name to Sierra Mist. It just makes no sense to have your name like that. I get it. I get it. Okay. 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 Can we just, it's my off day. Can I just, I don't, I'll talk when I get home. Goodbye. And quickly hangs up and just trying to decompress from that really stressful phone call and doing some people watching.
Word. So like uh Caramilda, you just like are watching just folks, anyone as they pass by.
Yeah,
Uh
just watching.
Word. Um I think for like a second you notice this like shoeless person walk like into the mall and you're like, huh, that's interesting. I guess not the weirdest thing that happens in Halcyon City. Um, before seeing Livy walk into the mall.
Um, uh, Livy, over here. Don't draw attention. Over here, over here.
Um, so Livy kind of tries to be really cool, but is clearly very excited to see her friend. But she vaguely remembers having to do this little song and dance, so she just tries to walk very casually over. And then when she finally like sits in front of Clara, she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad to see you. So glad to be able to get out of the house.
Oh,
Hi."
I totally get it, man. Meetings practically all week, so happy to have at least one day off.
Oh, yeah. Well, my mom's been acting really weird, so I just needed to get out of the house.
I get that. I mean, obviously different, but moms are moms.
Oh god, is yours being weird too?
She was complaining to me about one of the other influencers that just got signed on. Really wants to be sponsored by like soda brands, so she changed her name to Sierra Mist. And I just don't get it. I
I
really
mean,
don't. And it's like it's not like it's my place. I don't do contracts, so I don't know.
I how is that your problem? I don't understand influencer talk.
I don't get it either. Honestly, she should just talk to Sierra's manager, not me. I think it's her weird micromanaging.
Um,
Ugh.
like there is a sort of there's a panel where like there's just a bzz, bling as three like your mother is messaging you on three separate like apps where you know you get uh, where she knows you get direct messages.
Maybe if I just ignore it, she'll leave me alone.
Do you have to answer it right away?
I probably should, but I'm trying. I'm trying to relax, so I'm not going to right now. Yeah.
Look, I don't think she can be mad at you for taking some time off. Like, isn't it the weekend? Uh, uh, Anita,
Oh
is it the
no.
weekend?
It is Saturday
Oh no.
uh
She could get
afternoon.
she
It's
could get mad.
perfect.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Uh,
on.
you see Livy kind of do the sweat drop thing, like how in animes it's just like sweat drop as Clara goes back to the phone. Like
Mhm.
that's her reaction, but she kind of just stays there. Um, and but then she asks, when are the others getting here? Do you know?
Actually, I got a text from I think I got a text from Tessa. I was busy with the phone call, so I didn't get a chance to check it, but I'm not sure.
Um,
Now I
do we
feel
have
bad. I need to check that down.
you left her unread? Oh no.
I know. Oh God. Let me check. I'll check.
And with that, I'm going to switch the scene over to Tessa. Tessa, where are you at this Saturday? Um, like, and what message did you send to Clara?
So I think at some point today, I woke up, I decided it is a mall kind of day. I'm already at the mall. I've been a couple of places already. I think at one point I ended up just kind of like taking advantage of the bookstore in the mall to just kind of like thumb through a few books on your standard, young adult fantasy, your standard zoology, a little bit of both. And I'm sitting here with my cosmic ball of dust dollars, Starbucks. I'm sitting here with my Starbucks. In contrast to my fairly unassuming clothing, it's essentially just a sports a sports outfit. Like, we've got like the Nike branding on my cuffs. In contrast to just a very dull gray with probably like a black trim on it. I'm sitting here with like a completely decked out like caramel frappuccino. And earlier today, I had shot Clara a text being like, "Hey, I'll be at the mall. I'll be at the Barnes and Noble Starbucks if you want to come and hang." And after a while, I was like, "Well, I guess she's not coming." So I went ahead and got myself a giant frappuccino. And once I had kind of poured my way through a little bit of my latest book, I'm definitely walking out with a Barnes and Noble bag with at least one embarrassing novel inside of it, and thumbed through a couple of basic zoology magazines, and then headed out into the mall to do some vague people watching. I kind of perched myself on one of those benches under the escalator, and just kind of enjoyed the view. While occasionally looking at scene at 11:37 a.m.
Even uh even in a brightly lit mall, Penumbra finds a way to get into the shadows. Um and as you like go about your people watching from underneath the escalator, the one bench that like no one uses.
It's a good bench.
You feel like for a second, like some goosebumps on the back of your neck. And you sort of like feel yourself want to look to the right. And it's just the escalator to the right of you. But in the metallic, sort of like semi sheen of the reflective surface, you see a familiar face and are immediately on guard. One that is cloaked in shadow. And as you turn and like look around you and see like what's happening where you are, there's nothing there. But you do see your extraterrestrial ally. Um, Captain Jack, Alan James, what are you doing? Uh, as the comic sees uh you in the background.
Okay. So Alan showed up late to the mall because she's a fashionista. She loves to dress up. Problem is that she really does not quite have a handle on what is and is not considered appropriate clothing wear on Earth. At the moment, she's really mad because she had the perfect outfit planned. Like it looked so good. It was perfect for the season. And really just the gentle bioluminescence of the things living inside the fabric. Just great color choice. Also, it happens to look like a like neon blue version of what Lila was wearing in the Fifth Element. Everyone told her she had to go put on different clothes. And then they kept handing her jeans. Like the fuck she's supposed to do with jeans? They're awful. And they rub her legs wrong. So she's technically at the mall, but she's having a bad time. She's putting on like 5 pairs of sunglasses. She's wearing jeans and she's mad about it. But her friends are here. Her friends are here. It will be worth putting on jeans and shoes. And she sees a girl walk by with no shoes, and now she's twice as mad because she was specifically told that she had to wear shoes. They lied. My friends are mean.
Um, yeah, Tessa, you see Captain Jack, and she's not having a good time.
Just looking
Uh,
grumpy.
yeah, like I think Alan, you have like looked at you've like noticed like yourself getting like odd stares and people like whispering like to themselves at like you. It's bad. It's like the thing that you tried very hard to avoid like in getting ready and getting dressed today is happening, and you're 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 steaming a little bit. Uh it's a lot, but um out of but like out of the shadows where you normally see this friend, you do like clock Tessa is here, and you have found your people at
Oh, I'm
least.
beelining. I have caught sight of you. I am beelining with my frappuccino held out. Here, have some.
All right. So I absolutely, yeah, I just huge slurp. I love these things. I don't know. You can't get anything like a frappuccino anywhere in the galaxy. Nowhere else is willing to say how much sugar and caffeine can I put in a juvenile adult. Nowhere else. So like I have power slurped down like a solid quarter of your drink. There is a sharp, icy spike behind my eyes, and it is so worth it.
Yeah, we have one panel of like Tessa approaching Alan with the drink, and then three flashback panels of like Alan James getting carded in three separate universes when Alan tried to order a frap. Um, and here here is built different. This is nice.
And you can see
And
genuine respect in Tessa's eyes as she watches you down this thing. And she just goes, I don't know how you do that without the brain freeze. I genuinely don't.
Oh no. Oh, the brain freezes. The brain is frozen. This is so good.
God, you're weird. I love you.
Okay, so why did I have to wear the shoes?
Because your dress code in the mall. Like
And I've got on like 4 pair of sunglasses. One of them is actually on my face, and the rest of them are kind of draped in my hair. I'm kind of hooking them
Are you
off.
gonna buy those or?
I don't know yet. I'm kind of styling them. Can I use them like bows? Can I? I don't like any of them except for this enormous orange. Like they are this big. They eat the majority of my face. They are bright orange.
That seems
Those
more
I'm
of
going to buy.
Clara's style, but you know what? I think they look great.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my god,
other
get a
girl's
second
not
pair.
wearing shoes.
What?
The other girl, the one who walked by behind us, she didn't have to wear shoes. Is the dress code only for some people? How do I get on the no shoes dress code?
Um, very befuddled, Tessa turns to look for someone with no shoes.
And as like we see like your eyesight, like sort of like catch catch like this one person walking like towards the back of the mall, um, with like yeah, like it's hard to catch because like at this point Z is in a much busier area of the mall, but you do catch the flash of like pale souls like hitting the floor, which is like, huh.
There's
Um,
like a trilling speech bubble of, wait a minute.
um, and we sort of like follow this person like deeper into the mall, past the God, what's the name of that thingy? Um,
He's asleep.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
past
FYE, GameStop.
H&M.
Auntie Anne's.
past the H and N. Uh, thank you, Najra.
It's okay.
As we uh, zoom into our last member and most employed of the group, uh, um, Violetta, what is work like for you in this part of the store in a very lazy, not so busy Saturday afternoon?
At this point, I'm finishing with the recoveries. So I'm basically just running around the store, placing things back into place. But usually I'm the person that carries the heavy things around for some mysterious reason. The store, they completely believe it that it's because I'm really tall and that's why I'm strong and that's why I carry heavy stuff. Um, and I'm just like putting one thing back on the rack and checking my smartwatch and doing it again and checking my smartwatch again, trying to finish with the last 5 minutes of my shift to run away from this.
Yeah, it's Halcyon City. People tend to not ask too many questions. Um, and as like um as you are checking your watch and like um going back and just like everything is done. There's like really nothing to do. Like the Nerdstrom's like to the right of you is having this ridiculous sale. So like a lot of the business has like gone there like today. So like there's been nothing to do all day since opening. It's been a little insufferable. And as you are checking your watch and like refolding like the the like going back like after the one customer that's in there that's like just taking up the shirts, like taking them all out, looking at them for a second, then putting them back, and doing that with like
Like,
with a couple of like with at least 10 different like tables. It is bad. you sort of like um get caught by one of your coworkers. Yeah, they have a name tag that says my name is Bison. They're kind of insufferable, but like usually you're too busy to like interact with them. Not today. And they say, long shift. Right. Right, V?
Yeah, it's forever, but I have 5 more minutes. Thank to the gods I'm not closing today.
Bet so I'm I'm just like curious. I the manager like totally has it out for me, right? Like, and they gave me a double for like today's shift, and it's like there's nothing going on. I was thinking maybe like you could use the hours. Like you how do you feel about staying? Like, could you do me that solid? I would appreciate
Yeah,
it so much.
I have something to do. I already have a commitment. They're waiting for me already, so next time let me know like 24 hours ahead and I can think about it. But uh yeah, not 5 minutes before leaving.
They are they sort of like scoff, turn, and like leave the situation, like clearly miffed at you when they should be miffed at their goddamn self. It's this place is a lot, and you will be happy to be rid of it. And like as you like finish up that interaction, you get like a text message, um, and you open it up, and it says, "What do you want for dinner tonight?" Um, and it's from your caretaker. Well, not your caretaker. No, nobody takes care of you. Like your, um, I
My
guess like house mother. Like
yeah.
it's from Senora Sanchez. Like, she has texted like she she gets the vibes when you've had like a long day at the H&N. Um, like what do you respond with?
Uh I will respond with, how about your famous ropa vieja? I will bring
Hmm.
the plantains for the tostones and we can do it together.
Oh, word. She has just discovered like emojis, and sends like four different variations of like the heart like emoji, um like along with like some pictures of food, some like emojis of food. It's a lot of emojis, and it comes one after the other, and it's like the buzz in your pocket as like you have a bunch of emojis to look at later. It's comforting. uh, and as your phone buzzes away, we see one more time that figure like in the background of your panel, walking into the very busy nerdstrom like at the at this time of day. Comparatively, there is like a clearance sale going on, and like we see this same figure, who like some at some point during the time between like entering this building and like getting to this entryway, has gathered a group behind Sir, um, of mannequins, like store mannequins holding shopping bags. And following her into the nerdstrom that is very, very busy. Um, and we sort of like Caesar like enter this place and walk right up to one of the uh, big counters, just like cutting directly in front of the line. And um, oh gosh, I have things to things that I've written here. 1 second. Um,
That's like the most terrifying possible thing you could have said. Yes, I have things written here.
um, and he sort of like walks up and puts perfectly manicured like hands like drum the counter in front of like this one like older woman service worker that's seems like she is too old for this, especially for like some young blood just cutting in front of the line. Um, and like Z says, oh, wow, it's really busy up in here today. But perhaps you could help me out. Um, we sort of like see just like the most deadpan, just like this service worker is this close to just like cussing this person out and like getting their job taken away. And then like they their eyes sort of like shift focus and they notice like the veritable army of mannequins behind them. Not veritable army. Like I'll say that there's like a dozen mannequins like posted up. Um
So comforting.
That's a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah, it's
So that's more
it's
than
not an
zero, which is already
army.
too many.
It's not an army.
It's
So
more than
that's
zero.
nice. um and they there's a panel of this service worker going, oh, and then just then we turn the page and the next like panel we see is a full like splash panel, like full page of just the Nerdstroms exploding in a orange sort of gas that sort of like starts in this like central like cashier place area and is slowly like creeping out and a alarm going off through the entire mall that is basically saying alert, alert, fear toxin detected, please evacuate from the mall. Uh, and we also zoom in on each and every one of you. Like, Spotlight is probably at the Barnes and Noble at this point. Um, like,
Where is she?
yeah,
Oh,
like Spotlight and
and
Livy are at the Barnes and Noble. Oh, sorry.
Livy's just like, oh no, in the background.
She has found another with whom to share her frappuccino.
No.
Um, like uh Spotlight and Livy in front of the Barnes and Noble when this goes off. I think Tessa and God, I need to know all right, y'all need to like not dog me for not knowing names because for this AP, I need to know all of your real names, all of like the person names that I know and love. I need to know your character names, and I also need to know your code names for your
You are
hero
good.
names. So you're gonna have to,
I
people at home, you're gonna have to give me
I
some
had to
leeway.
check I had to check my character sheet to remember my own names. So no worries.
Period.
So
We love to
it's
see
okay,
it.
you're good.
Um, and yeah, Violetta, you're in the H&N. Um, Tessa and Alan, you're sort of like
We're at like the freaking sunglasses kiosk.
you're at the sunglasses kiosk. Like you've never seen like one person spend like consider spending so much on just sunglasses at like one spot. Um, and it's interesting.
The
Like
sunglass
it's
hut.
new. Um, but as we but in all three of those panels, like wherever you are, like red lights start flashing. People around you in the mall start panicking and fleeing. They're like coming out of the walls. We see like sort of like masks, like gas masks, like labeled like Aegis certified. Um, we see like on the upper levels of the mall, we see like emergency slides roll out that are also like the agency engineering governmental um god they have Aegis has a whole like official sounding acronym, but like they take safety in a superhero world very, very seriously. And people from high school have been trained how to evacuate for super like well, from elementary school really have been trained to like evacuate from a place when super things are happening. Um, so people are like running like towards the exit, like on the side of the mall where there are like where the gas has been detected, like coming out of the walls, we see um, like these gas masks like put behind a pane of glass that can be opened up and like tossed out.
Please
Um,
secure your own mask before assisting others.
and I I guess I just need to know how your team of superheroes ends up in the Nerdstrom. What is the Teen Titans pose before jumping into action at the front of this store? Um, what do your hero personas look like? Introduce your hero names, and we'll go from there. I'll start with uh, Violetta because you are physically in closest proximity to the Nerdstrom. Um,
I will
Void, how do you
tell
show up?
Yeah, I will tell to all of the employees that to all of my coworkers, like leave, I'll close the store. So they go ahead in front
Bison's
of
like, you
me.
don't have to tell me twice. Bison, like, there's a cloud of dust where Bison was.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. And I will just like try to make that I'm pulling, like closing the store, whatever. Uh, and as soon as I turn around and I don't see my coworkers there anymore, um, like black ink starts pouring from my eyes and from my nails. Uh, it looks a little bit like oil, like with a bluish, greenish sheen, and starts covering all of my body. Ooh, my phone thinks I'm talking to them. Um, and starts covering all of my body and starts forming, like it sets up like an armor. Um, that has that like hollow look. It covers my entire face where only my eyes are visible. And my eyes are also completely black. Uh, and I turn around and start walking towards the Nordstrom and trying to see if anyone else is joining me to the fight.
Um, Tessa and Alan, what does Void see?
I think the first order of business, my dear Alan, is that Tessa kind of like is looking Alan up and down as this like whole Christmas tree of sunglasses is happening, and she hears the alarm and a little too quickly goes, "Oh, no time, gotta go," and she kind of like starts picking off all the sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
We can come back for them later. Pick one pair.
I do not have time to pick one pair. I've been caught in serious contemplation of 5 pairs for like 10 minutes now. 3 of them have rhinestones. How am I supposed to pick between rhinestones right now? There's an emergency. Also, I now have to get these jeans off. These stupid jeans, which I didn't even like because you know what? Because here's the thing. My parasite doesn't like the jeans either. They're rubbing my parasite is what it is. And they and I need room to move. Because here's the thing. Captain Jack has traveled a lot through space and time. And as she has lost a couple. You know what? She's young, but she's lived hard. She's got nanite prosthetics that have replaced part of one of her hands. And one of her legs has, you know, parasite is not a nice word, but it's what it is. It's a chitinous full leg prosthetic. And it has sunk in. The two of them are combined. It
It's a
helps her run
symbiote.
faster. Yeah, I mean, symbiote's the nice word. Everybody likes symbiote on Earth. Don't know why. It's a parasite. I don't know why you people hate the word parasite. It's a perfectly nice word.
Okay. Look, is the kiosk owner still here?
The kiosk owner jetted.
Okay.
As soon as the alarms went off, like people know the drill. Like
Great. Awesome.
nobody's trying to get crushed by a
Take them
by
or
a
leave
kaiju.
them. We gotta go. Violetta works like 2 seconds away from that place. We gotta go.
I take all 5 pairs. I do not hesitate. They all go in my pockets of my big coat.
I definitely like grab Alan and drag her down under the elevator so we can real quick change. And kind of in the shadows, like behind those giant potted like trees. I'm just like, here, go ahead. And I'm gonna be straight up. I literally just take a like from around my waist a black jacket, shrug it on. All right, let's go. And there's just like a single small mask like just covering the eyes, like kind of in our thingy that's like right there, I think. And about 15 seconds later, I'm just like, let's go.
Ellen is still half stuck in her jeans. She's managed to get them off her regular leg, but they're stuck on.
Oh my god! This is why you don't wear skinny jeans.
I told you I hated jeans.
Here, give me. Okay. Give me the waistband. Let me see. Give me the waistband.
All right, so we're hopping up and down. The good news is that everything else, the ugly T-shirt with the 3 kittens on it, that came off quick, and the skin suit. The nanite skin suit, I have so much nanite tech from like 4 different planets.
You can just hear Tessa grumbling, fucking aliens.
So it's just a matter of touching the implants that run across my collarbone to have the bright black and purple, almost neon purple. If you've seen Skate the Infinity, you know the color Carla lights up. My skin suit kind of looks like the Carla design from Skate the Infinity.
Couldn't have gotten some tech to just change what your clothes look like? Just make your jeans gray or purple.
I mean, it's tight. It's tight. Alan was perfectly comfortable walking around in her nanite skin suit for the first week until everyone told her, "Girl, you can't be walking around town like that. We can see you, ma'am."
Come on, we gotta go. Alan, we gotta go.
A series of unfortunate quick changes later. Um, we see um, we see not Alan but Captain Jack and Penumbra, uh, like running up like to the side of Void, and uh, Clara, Livy,
Um,
let let's have a let's have a close up on y'all for a second.
um, I think that Livy clocks the nearest bathroom and just runs in there real quick and uh, just shoves her civilian clothes in the backpack and kind of tosses it into one of the stalls to retrieve later and changes into a black uh black bodysuit with a swirling gray pattern in the front and some kind of mask. I haven't figured out that part yet, but she has some kind of, it's just like a strip of fabric that's like a mask around her eyes. And yeah, that's how she the quick change is not so quick, but she's trying to be discreet.
Giving Robin, we love to see it.
Yeah, but like black, mostly black and gray is like her color scheme.
Facts. Like Spotlight, you thought this was your day off.
It was.
Uh
It was. God damn it. Because turning into Spotlight means that she has to actually do other work as well. So she just kind of has a sigh of defeat before like she ducks somewhere to make sure everyone leaves first before stepping back out, finding the area that has like the most light happening. And then she just goes into magical girl transformation. Her hair changes to a very vibrant blonde. Her eyes shift from a light gray to like all gold. Her outfit, gold attire, kind of like a Roman gladiator type of god feel with like the white and the like the yellow trims. And at the very end, she pulls out her phone, goes to the clock app, puts it on live, and just has it floating with light energy. He's like, "Hey, it's your girl Spotlight here, and right now there is some batshit shit happening. So let's get this party started." Hey.
oh,
Tessa's phone goes
period.
off at the spotlight notification live on the clock app, and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
No, just no.
I think when Spotlight goes live is when Wavelength emerges from her discreet transformation and is just like, "I love you, girl, but you gotta put the work down while we do the work."
I'm contractually obligated. Don't do this right now to me. It just floats, like starts to like fly off.
She just goes and sprints to keep up with Spotlight. Tiny legs must go.
Period. And eventually, y'all make your way to the entrance of this nerdstrom together. Um, and I would say that right now, y'all are entering battle as a team
Da-da-da.
against a dangerous foe. Which means we get team points for you. Team points are
Sweet.
awesome. Basically, when you're trying to do something like on your turn, and somebody else like sees, oh, maybe I could help with this to like maybe bump your 6 a miss. up to a 7, a hit, you can spend 1 point of team and describe how you are aiding your teammate. Or you can use team selfishly and be like, I'm trying to do this one thing. I want to really punch this person, but I only have like a 9 right now. I want to bump it up to a 10, which is a really nice hit. You can use team selfishly. You can like use one of the team points and shift your labels up 1 and down 1. So like if you are going with your danger and you only have a +1 to danger and you roll a 9, but you're like, I really want to punch this person real good. You can spend team selfishly, describe how your actions disrespect your members of the team, and shift the label up. So now it's a +2 to your danger and you get a 10. Right now, at the beginning of every session, you start with 1 team point in the pool. So you got 1. When you enter battle together as a team, you get 2 more. And I ask you questions. So let me pull up the questions and see what's happening. Here are the questions, period. So who here would be the team leader in this scenario?
Do we sorry, that was my first instinct. I'm like, it's Void, right?
Yeah, I would think it feels like Void. Like Void seems together and business and about like getting this done. Would you agree with that, Nashra?
Yeah, especially because Void is the type of person that hits first, analyzes the situation afterwards. So while you analyze the situation, I'm willing to be hitting someone.
Period. So questions. First, if the leader has influence over every teammate, we add another point to the 2 points that you're getting. No one has influence over Captain Jack. So you don't get that extra point. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team. So let's go through and say, like, what is the goal for each and every one of your characters in this fight?
For Void is to deal with the threat, whatever it is.
Word. Neutralize the threat. Yeah, Penumbra, what's your goal here?
Identify and neutralize. If I had to pick one, identify.
Word. Period. That is close enough. That's similar. We're with it. Captain Jack.
Stop the source of the fear. Stop the source of the fear toxin. So the person, but also the location it's coming from.
That's close enough. Yes. Livy?
Yeah, Wavelength wants to stop the threat.
Period. Spotlight.
Truthfully, it is to stop the threat, but also have to make sure to get the views. So essentially, make it a very good fight.
Make an interesting fight. Make an interesting fight as you stop the threat.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's different enough to not get you another point. So we're not going to add another point. But now we say if any team member mistrusts the leader of the team, we remove a team. So does anybody mistrust Void?
Stubborn, but trust.
In Void we trust.
In Void we
Period.
trust.
In
It's
Amen.
terrifying. I love it.
Someone make that a t-shirt. We need that as a t-shirt.
In Void we trust. Love it. And if your team is ill prepared or off balance, remove a team. I
We were not
I
prepared
would
for this.
not. Yeah, I would not call y'all prepared at this point.
We were halfway through a frappuccino and one leg out of a pair of skinny jeans. Like,
Yeah, like bunch of y'all are like not completely got the quick change things right. Like Spotlight is the only one that's Spotlight and Void are the only people that have really like gotten it down to a science.
hey,
It's a rivalry thing.
Oh,
Mine isn't-
Spotlight, Void, and Tessa. Like,
mine is not
that's-
very complicated, but it is fast.
Look,
Period.
I'm new to the hero thing. Quick changes are gonna get quicker.
I just have
Fair.
to thank my dad for this. Like,
Y'all the ones keep wanting me to wear extra clothes. This is not my fault.
Yeah, like y'all are running in like from all sorts of places. I think like the only person that really like has a mask or talked about grabbing one on the way there is Captain Jack, who just like has protective equipment in the suit. So I don't think y'all are particularly ready for a fear toxin fight. So I'm gonna take one away from the team. So
Yay,
we
zero.
got one from the beginning of the fight, and two from like entering fight as a team, minus one from that unpreparedness. You have 2 points in the team pool. So with that, we're about to enter battle. I feel like this is a good place to stop and have like a 10-minute break. Just because like I know once we get into combat, we're gonna want to like go through it, and it's not gonna be a 15-minute deal. So let us take our 10 to 15-minute break right now. Thank y'all so much for coming through and like watching the origin story of our intrepid superheroes. And we will catch y'all after the break. Hello, everybody. Um,
We wiggling.
we are back. We're wiggling. We are watered and we've taken our bathroom breaks. We've gotten our meds. We're doing what we need to do. Please do what you need to do on the other side of the screen as well. Uh, I'm having some fun here. We're about to head into a fight with some fear toxin and a baddie with no shoes on. Uh,
Boxing and feet.
let's mm, let's sort of pan in as the group with Violetta as the spearhead enters the Nordstrom, sort of like it's at this point gently misted with like the it at this point it's like gently misted with sort of the toxin that has um, sort of tripped the Aegis alarms throughout the small. You see like a couple of you see like most of the people in here have like cleared out like or are in the process of running away. Um, Obvious signs of like having gotten like lungfuls of fear toxin, like there's already like sort of there's already like set up like safety stations like outside where like there's a bunch of like different safety tools that Aegis has provided. So people are like heading out there. You listening as you like walk into the place, hear like whimpers and like you get the sense that some people in this space are hiding out of like because they got the fear toxin and like for some reason are like being barred from going further. It's thinned out like significantly as you like enter the place. Like it's not like that hard to uh sort of it's not that hard to see to avoid like taking in a lungful. Um, but as you like walk like inside, um, you very soon get to the center of like this cloud where it is much thicker than like anywhere else. You see like it's hard to see like into the cloud, but you see like some figures like going through the cashier, like dumping stuff inside. And you also see like the shoeless person, like sort of sitting on the counter, legs crossed. Z is like holding up like some of the clearance items on Nordstrom, and like it looks like Z is also like shopping during this caper, in the armed robbery sort of way, or like power armed robbery sort of way. And like it seems like your minions are like in the background like emptying out like the various money safes. And as you sort of approach, you recognize the figure, the shoeless figure that like you hadn't recognized before. There was some sort of like illusion, something like over top of their features, but like as you like walk forward and see, oh, there's another person that we know that hates shoes. um you see your old teammate who has defected and joined the side of scum and supervillainy, um, sitting on uh, sitting on the sitting on like the sort of kiosk. And as you approach, they sort of like toss the quotes aside and say, "Hey, team, was wondering when you'd show up." Uh, they sort of like uh, jump down and remove a necklace that like they usually don't have. And you see the wings that they usually have like unfurl from their back. And the very like tall, like sort of like antelope horns, uh, like appear like in the front of their forehead. Um, and yeah, like usually from what you know of them, they haven't like they haven't had the ability to mask their like less human features before this. And they definitely didn't they definitely didn't like disclose to you that they had like toxin powers as well. Um, but y'all see your former teammate in front of you, who seems to be like stepping down, interested in having like a conversation as you see somehow Z got goons, like, and the goons are like getting a lot of like stuff like from there. The goons are robbing the store. What are y'all doing?
I think. Ooh, you first.
Sorry. Can um I want to get a little bit more insight into what is going on here. Um in terms of what I want to get out of it, I kind of want to know what is going on. What do they want? What are they planning? Um
Sounds like you want to assess the situation. Uh, go ahead and yeah, go ahead and like describe how it looks on the page,
yeah, absolutely.
and make a roll,
Okay.
adding your superior.
I have a question. Would it be assess the situation or pierce the mask?
Um, it depends. Are you
Okay.
trying to figure out what's going on with your former teammate? Are you trying to figure out what's going on with the heist caper?
I'm trying to figure out, is the heist what it seems on the surface, or is this a distraction? Do they want us to play into something that they're doing?
This is an assess the situation.
Cool. All
so
right.
roll plus superior.
Oh boy.
So
I think we need
2d6. And then subtract that.
That's 2 6s. So 11. I swear to God. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Period.
Look at that.
I believe you. Awesome. Like an auspicious start.
A good start. An excellent start.
Yeah,
It can only go downhill.
Wow, okay.
So assessing the situation, you can ask 2 questions from the assess the situation list.
Sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, you have the basic move sheet?
I do, yeah.
All right.
I think let's go with what here is in the greatest danger.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Because I think the biggest threat right now is obvious, but I do want to know more about what is in danger.
Yeah, what here is in the greatest danger? I would say you are looking about this area and you're seeing like a lot of the goons, which you're seeing aren't goons, are mannequins given some sort of sentience and form, which is like, you can't just turn into a supervillain and get all the powers. This is a lot. Didn't have magic before. You feel like you've never like seen them have any magic like proclivities. You have seen like orange stuff like sort of gather on their skin when they have felt when Z has felt like strong emotions in the past. So you can sort of like accept that, okay, maybe Z was like holding this in when Z
Maybe
was
they're
trying to
storing
be
it
a
up.
superhero. Because like fear toxin isn't a great superhero power.
It's a little. It's a little kind of like it's more of like a name on an envelope and more of like a to whom it may concern.
Vibes. But yeah, you're looking around at the bags that the mannequins are holding. You're seeing like the weight that's in them, and you know that like when this person defected, there were some y'all were like talking about some access to some weapons. Uh and that there is probably something dangerous in each of those bags.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
and like +1 forward to acting on that information. So to like do more stuff with the bag specifically, you'll add another +1. You have a second question.
My second question is how could we best end this quickly? Specifically because this is a situation where there are civilians involved, especially like with this fear toxin. And also, it's Clara's day off. I just wanted to rest. So, how can we best end this quickly?
Best ending this quickly. Um, yeah, you know that like you can, yeah, with a 12 on the dice, 2 6s is really nice.
It was so sexy.
You know that there are like, you know exactly where each of the like civilians are in this space. Like they were hiding, but like you like use vision and like your hearing and are able to like figure out where each of them are, and like a it would be a lot to like get them all funneled out of like one of the entrances, but you know that one of these walls in this store leads directly out into the parking lot. So if you could like bust a hole into one of these walls and like lead people out, that oh god, I said collateral damage and your eyes just lit up. um but yeah, like that is the best way to like end the danger of the civilians quickly. You know that your old teammate is a very like very skilled hand-to-hand fighter. And yeah, there's a lot that you see in this like in this moment.
Awesome.
And I think that like you know this person as Phoebe O. I think that as like Phoebe sees you like scoping out the premises, Zia's gonna say, "Oh, no, I can't have you messing up my plans this early. I've barely even made my debut." And Zia's going to use Zer, yeah, Zer Blades of Fury move at the end of your move. and is going to use her wings to fly up directly to you. And um, like with Zerb, um, with their like pretty like impressive like hand-to-hand skills, is going to engage you.
I do.
But also as well, when like when Z is like flying up and coming at you with like punches and kicks and whatnot, there's also fear toxin that's like being spread in the area like around you. And you don't have like
Nope.
anything to help you out. I'm going to need you to mark the afraid condition, unless
right.
someone wants to step in and try to defend Penumbra.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna step in and defend Penumbra.
All right. I would like a defend someone or something roll from you, Violetta.
What do I roll?
So you take 2d6 and then you add your savior score.
Okay. Okay. So that's a 7.
A 7 is a mixed success. So now you have choices to make, I believe. Comfort, support, defend. When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, roll plus savior. On a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. On a 7 to 9, it costs you. Either expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Let's escalate the situation. And
period.
I get a hold. I get a +1 hold from that.
Word. A +1.
One of my, because defending is one of my moves.
Oh, period. Like read out your specific move that applies for me.
When you defend someone on a hit, you can hold 1 instead of choosing 1 from the list. Spend your hold when they are in danger later to arrive to the scene ready to help.
Period. So yeah, tell me how you escalate the situation, like in this moment.
So they are flying in towards Penumbra, and I am going to grab them like from their arm when they're trying to punch, and I'm gonna throw them back against a chair or something where they don't like take too much damage, and be like, Phoebe, you ruined my day. You're not getting out of here easy.
They sort of like flip through the air and like catch themselves, catch theirself with their wings, and sort of like land on the chair. And Z sort of says, Easy was never really a part of the plan. And it's not Phoebe anymore. I got myself a new supervillain name. Want to hear it?
Whatever.
And we have like a panel of like a close-up of their face, as like their sort of golden like horns and like expansive wings sort of like twinkle and like the little bit of they sort of twinkle in the little bit of like light that's pouring through the dust. And we see a sort of action shot like of Phoebe's close-up face, and it reads Peter Panic.
Oh, that's
like,
good. Oh no, it's good. Penumbra is also going to come up behind Void, give her a quick little clap on the shoulder as thanks, And then as she's having her Peter Panic moment, it's just gonna say, "Watch the bags. We need an escape route in that store now."
I think even before the name was revealed, um, I feel like Spotlight had like complicated feelings in regards to their former roommate. And like I know that the camera like her live feed is going to be mainly focused on her, but if there's ever moments where it like cuts to something else, she's going to just like try to harness a little bit of light to like create like those weird like spots that you see in your eyes. So whenever it zooms in on to Peter Panic, it's just like a weird dot in front of their face. The name is still said, but no one can see the Peter Panic's face.
Yeah, at least like the clock app.
Mm-hmm.
You're protecting the confidentiality of your friend, um, which is very sweet and heartbreaking. Um, Beautiful. Captain Jack and Livy, I haven't heard a bunch from you, like in this sort of scene. Do y'all know what like y'all are doing at this point?
So you go.
Go ahead.
No,
I
you
was
go.
just wanting to I was just wanting to use my 21st century studies move to assess the situation myself, but from the perspective of, come on, what do I know about this? What do I know about this from the future? So that's what I'd like to do.
Period. What role is that?
That is a sorry about that. Plus superior. That is an assess the situation.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus superior. Um, See what you get.
Yeah. Okay, numbers are hard. I rolled a 9.
Rolled a 9. So that is a mixed success. So this is an assess the situation, but like with your future knowledge.
Yes, so I can always ask the question, what does the future know about this moment?
All right. You can ask that question, and you can ask like an extra one from the assess the situation list. I will say that you know the answer to what does the future have to say about this, is that
Like,
some,
can we use it? Can we use it to like, what does the future know about Peter Panic? Or
yeah.
like, yeah.
The thing that the future knows about Peter Panic is that you think hard for a second, and like it's really rough thinking about like your past or your future, whatever it's called. It's There's a lot of blank spaces that you've been really trying to fill in, like since stepping in to the past. But in this moment, you remember after Peter Panic, like as like he says the name Peter Panic, you remember that Peter Panic, the defected hero, ends up working with some kind of magic user. And you know at that moment that like something on Peter is something on Peter Panic is probably like probably kept the illusion up, probably is keeping the mannequins that are awakened uh, like up and still like probably still up and able to move around and like and do that stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming you're like shouting out the information that can help the team. Like there's something, or you don't even have to shout it out. You are like a telepath, right? You can
Yeah,
just tell them with your mind, and like all of y'all can be connected and like talking to each other without speaking. Um, that's a
I'm
thing that
kind
you
of,
can do.
yeah, I'm kind of a conduit for that. Um, but
So
also,
that is
I
what the
have,
future knows.
I have, I have a question, correct, from the list.
Yes.
Uh, what here can I use to um, impede Peter Panic with my telepathic powers?
Hmm. Um, okay. What can you use like specifically with telepathic powers to like
Like, what can I move to like mess them up?
um period. You have like there are lots of like racks and whatnot all about the like showroom floor. There
Mm.
are like mannequins, though you're not sure if they move or if they don't. Um, but like there are lots of things to like throw at Peter Panic that will yeah, there are lots of things to throw at Peter Panic that would like help out. Um, and also it would be like tricky, but if you could like use your telepathy and like being able to move objects to like sort of funnel the fear toxin away from this area, that would help out a lot of the people inside here, um, as well as just um, as well as just like everyone in this area. Um, and
So
I think
I now have +1 ongoing to act on this information.
yes, you do. Um, and as you like sort of take all of that in, um, Peter Panic is gonna sort of settle into their chair, sort of like a throne, cross her legs, and cross your legs and say, now you are new. I don't know much about you, but I don't want y'all to just be able to go thinking all willy nilly about how to foil my plans. Uh, and a column of, and you see like her skin, like, you see her skin change pigment for a little bit, and like, it like goes into like this very like deep orange that you can see you're concentrating heavily before it explodes in just a bunch of fear toxin gas that goes over everyone like in the nearby area. Um, and unless anyone has like protections like for their face, if anyone's wearing a mask like Captain Jack, all of you are going to take the afraid condition. Uh,
Um,
and
okay.
We're
Sorry.
fine.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
and
good.
like as you're like enveloped in that cloud, I think Penumbra,
Hi, that's me.
you who had been like looking out for like where the people are, like what is the best place to like punch a hole through to get like people out. Suddenly all of your vision is like obscured in orange mist. And you feel the goosebumps again. And you see, and you swear you see the figure, the shadowed man, right at the edge of your vision, walking past, stalking you from the dusk, and pheromones, as it were.
Pheromones.
Everyone around. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I
No,
know.
it was perfect. I don't know what you're talking about. It was perfect.
For you.
Yeah, like I think Spotlight, as your camera like gets completely clouded, like this is not going to be usable film. People are going to not be so happy. What passes through your mind in this moment as fear toxin sets in?
She's going to be reprimanded so heckin' hard for not being able to get anything feasible. And she's definitely not going to have a Sunday off at all.
um, yeah, like I feel like a specter of maybe a specter of your mother, like a specter of Givenchy Gavon, like, and the massive like contractual obligations that you have with that sort of label. The specter of just a bunch of chains and threads wrapping around you, made of ink, sort of like dimming the spotlight. Um, yeah, Void, what goes through your head? I'm curious as the fear toxin sets in.
Basically, she sees like Omni Woman with like a disapproving face.
Uh, yeah, the Omni Woman. You've only seen the Omni Woman like 2, maybe 3 times. Like, she is a hero that has stopped by, that has like funded and made sure to like stop by the orphanage, make sure that like everything is running correctly. She is too busy doing Omni Woman things to like do the day-to-days of running it, but it is a vision whenever like she is a force whenever like she comes through. And you feel like the intensity of her gaze sort of like freeze you in a flight or fight for a second. um Livy, tell me what's happening. Oh God, what is the future that you're seeing if you fail?
Uh, so Wavelength is seeing like this post-apocalyptic dark version of Halcyon City where things are really bad and she's freaking out because that is the future she wants to avoid and she's terrified of failing, and that is what comes to mind right now.
Oh, uh, and Captain Jack, um, as your vision is clouded, definitely. Though I'm not sure if like your tech can pierce through like the heavy mist. You hear like startled sounds of your teammates. You like recognize that things are this stuff would probably be bad if I was breathing it right now, and I didn't have these lovely parasites to aid me. Um, what are you doing in this moment?
So Alan has kind of stood back a little bit. She's met Peter Panic before, but their overlap in the team was very brief. We really only knew each other for a week or two before everything popped off. So just like Livy does not really knows him, neither do I. Um, which makes it easier and harder. There's no emotional, oh no, I'm about to punch my friend in the face. Oh, fuck you, I don't know you. But there is also I don't know all their tricks the same way my teammates do. Uh, right now, however, I don't, all of these numbers, I don't like the odds against us. So I'd like to attack some of these mannequins, the closest ones to me, and see if I can just clear some of this board.
Uh, period. Yeah, I will say that like you sort of like saw as Peter Panic got thrown into a chair like across the way. All of the mannequins that were like looting sort of like stopped and stood at attention, and are ready and prepared to engage you. It sounds like you're directly engaging a threat here.
Yeah.
Could you go ahead and roll plus danger for me?
All right, so that's 2d6 plus 1 for danger. All right, and I have an 8.
Okay, so with an 8, when you directly engage a threat, um, you get to pick one as you trade blows with, like, I'll say a good amount of, like, you can get like all four, like, you can directly engage with all four in an area and like do some pretty decent damage. They're mannequins like that have been given a little bit of life. They're not like super sturdy to take down, and you like are able to handle a couple very handily. Would you like to tell me which one out of the directly engaged threat options do you choose?
Um, I'm going to create an opportunity for my allies
Oh,
by clearing
period.
some of these mannequins.
Uh, so you you sort of hop into battle, and yeah, which one of your allies are you going to try to like assist with their fear, like in this point? Who are you trying to break through to?
Uh, I feel like if I can break through to probably Void. I feel like if I can break through, Void will go from frightened back to angry real fast, faster than anyone else. You don't have to convince Void not to be scared. You just have to convince her to be mad at what she's scared at. So because of how because the parasite makes Alan's that leg significantly stronger. She can kick, she can jump off that leg, much like the bunny hero Miriko from My Hero Academia. So when she takes a running kick at this mannequin, she takes a running kick and kicks through this plastic chest. Um, Parts of it kind of fall away, but the main chunk of the torso goes flying through the air, and it pops Void in the back of the head. And as she turns around, I just point to a close by mannequin and go, "He hit you."
um,
Oh my god, I love this.
period. I will say that you chose directly engage a threat, and you did not choose resist or avoid their blows. So I will say that as you like do this super strong kick that like goes through the chest of one mannequin, like lines up like you know like Legend of Korra and those like bending like sports arenas, like you line them up and you just push them like one at a time off the ring, but instead of off the ring, it's to Void. And sort of like the force of your kick sort of clears away like um, a tunnel of like the dust and like fear toxin, and with like a breath of fresh air with like getting hit in the back. Void definitely hears that, but not before the contents of the bag sort of spill out and scatter among the entirety of like this area. And y'all see some disintegration bombs that sort of like spark with activation and then implode on themselves as like holes like start like eating away at the floor and making like perfect circles. At a couple of points we see like a couple of like the load bearing like uh structures here like get like disintegrated away like in parts, and there is a lot of just there's a very new, very real danger present now uh, after your action. And I will say that you are going to have to mark the guilty. Uh, or actually, no, you're not going to mark anything. You're going to take a powerful blow as, like, oh, my efforts are not going as planned. Uh, so go ahead and roll 2d6, and then the number of conditions you currently have marked, you add that number to your roll.
I don't have any conditions marked right now because I had on a
Period.
gas mask, so I'm not afraid.
Roll 2d6. Try to roll low. Try your best to roll very low.
Alright.
Two ones,
I
two
got,
ones.
yeah, no, I got a 7.
Okay. So
That's still okay.
for a 7 to 9, you take a
Oh,
powerful blow. You're going to choose one. Um, you can lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You can give ground. Your opponent will gain an opportunity, or you can struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Okay. So if I chose struggle past the pain, would that give me a chance to attack again once I take the 2 conditions? Or
It would not give you a chance to attack again immediately. It would give, like, you are going to give Void a chance to attack, like, as soon. That was, like, the thing uh, that was what you sort of chose with your head.
uh let's go with uh let's go with the one where I take 2 conditions. And I'm gonna take insecure and angry.
Period. You have made a little bit of a mess, but as a result of that, Void, you've gotten an opportunity as the fear toxin sort of like spreads away. You're still like afraid the condition, but you see a bunch of mannequins just around. You do see your old ally, now Peter Panic, sitting there just ruining your Saturday. Um, Void, what do you do?
We're just gonna take like 2 steps forward, looking at Pear Panic, and it's gonna be like, Pete, I honestly just wanted to let you go, but you're making this very difficult. And I am going to jump and try to hit them in the face.
Please go ahead and roll plus danger.
Okay. So I
I
take,
will say that you are afraid at this point,
yeah,
so you're going to take a -2 penalty
yeah.
to that, but you do add plus danger. So
I take -2. I remove my angry because I'm hitting. Well, if I hit them, I remove my angry, and I'm gonna use punch everyone, which gives me what +1 to danger if I lose 1 from another thing.
period.
So I'm gonna take -1 to savior.
Nice.
And I'm gonna take +1 to danger, so it's a +1, just a plus. Oh, it's bad. And it's a 5.
Yeah, and I will say that you
I
can't.
tried.
Yeah, I will say that you can't like unmark. You can like do the thing to unmark angry, which is like hurt something or break something important, and unmark angry. But when you hurt something or break something important, it doesn't like unmark until the scene ends. So at the end of your scene, you will be able to unmark angry. For right now, you still have it, and you have the thing that hurts about this is that you've trained with this person. You have gotten better at like fighting by this person's side. And that also means that this person knows every one of your moves. It seems like Z was holding back, obviously, with like the fear toxin. And you weren't. Z knows all of your moves, and is able to um, counter. And oh gosh, Z is going to, well, Z is, you're going to come at Zer and fight. What does it look like when Void is fighting? Is it like Hulk smashes? Is it like sort of a Shang-Chi, like martial art? What's the vibe?
It's sort of a martial art, but it's more like MMA than Shang-Chi's very graceful movements. It's more like straight to the face kind of thing.
Facts. And you're punching and going, but it's not landing. You still like can't shake the specter of the Omni woman just looking down at you with those piercing eyes. And I'm going to need you to take a powerful blow. So go ahead and roll plus the conditions you have marked.
Okay, so I have 2. So that's a 10.
Oh boy. So on a 10 plus, like you
Okay.
have the take a powerful blow, you have the basic moves in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Um, I hmm. Huh, 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 huh. It's a tough one. This is the worst thing that could happen. Um, I am going to take two options from the 7 to 9 list. Oh gosh. I'm gonna give ground. So hit
okay.
me.
So give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity. Uh,
Yeah.
and what else are you choosing from the 7 to 9 list?
And I'm going to provoke a teammate.
Uh, all
Uh,
right. Who are you
I'm
provoking and how?
yeah. I'm gonna yell at Spotlight. I'm be like, pretty girl, do something.
Oof. Um,
Yeah.
like yeah, as Peter like dodges and like spins and like gracefully like gets out of the way, like is basically toying with you at this point, and like
Yeah.
you stumble over yourself and like fall to the ground. Um like the toxin is starting to like wear off. And I think Peter Peter Panic is going to um, use that opportunity to command your goons to activate this disintegration. Uh, and you all see the mannequins like throw out like um, throw out like the bombs in their backs, the disintegration bombs, towards the sort of pillars and stick and begin to activate. Um, and as um, and as that is happening, I will say, Spotlight, you are the first to act, but everybody is like pretty much coming out of like, oh, what is going on? Like at this point, the camera is clearing up, like so people can see around. Um, that that was harsh. Um,
Yeah. I have a question.
oh yes.
Um, when I provoke my love or rival, I roll plus danger. I rolled it and it was an 11.
Oh, period.
If you're trying to provoke them to rush or poorly thought out action, not sure. I don't know what it does, but that's what I did.
Um, bet. So let me like look at the provoke someone. Yeah, on a 10 plus, both. So if they do it, uh, we're going to add another team to the pool. And if they don't do it, they're going to mark a condition. Um, so, Spotlight, you are being like pretty publicly cast, like, pretty public. Sorry about that. You're being pretty like publicly um God, what is it? It's not punished. There's a
Berated.
word here. Berated.
Berated, yeah.
We
Yeah.
love that. By the team leader on this mission, to like do something that probably doesn't look great to your fans. Um, Teamwork's a little like falling apart, but you definitely feel like moved to action. Um, what do you do?
She's gonna turn to the live stream real quick, even if it's starting to clear and she may not be that visible. It's like, hotties, don't worry. Bad bitches have bad days too. So we just have to we have to just persevere it. So let me get this situated. And she's gonna concentrate most of her like light energy to essentially like break most of the lights in the Nordstrom and concentrate that light into the pillar to try to create like a barrier around it
Oh my
to like
God.
try to halt the explosion to happen. There was another thing I wanted to do, but that may be way too much. So we're just gonna
That is so
keep it at
cool.
that.
Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape your environment, or extend your senses. Roll plus freak.
Okay. Freak is that's a 9.
A 9. Um, yeah, like on a 7 to 9, you can mark a condition, or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. You could use team, like you could use team selfishly to like bump it up to a 10 and make it a little more permanent. All right. What do you choose?
I'm gonna take a team.
All right. Well, go ahead and say how. God, yeah. Team members can also spend team to act selfishly. When you act selfishly, say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates. And you can, and when you do that, you can shift your labels. So shift your freak up 1, and something else down 1.
Okay. I think what's gonna happen for this one, she's gonna be consuming most of the lights in the store. She's going to try to avoid the lights that are going to be around her teammates, but she's going to specifically for Void, the lights that are around Void, just completely shatter all the lights. It's like, you don't boss this baddie around. And it creates the force field.
You do so, like shattering the lights, and like Void still like on the ground from like the bout with Peter Panic, feels like glass shatter all around you. You got the Void armor on, so it's not going to do anything, but still you heard the message. And with that, you make a pillar of light in the central like space of this mall and like solidify it, so that it, even as like the disintegration pillars explode like throughout the mall, like the central pillar hangs strong and glowing, and it is a vibe. It looks perfect. You're getting like very good views. Like there are a bunch of like, yeah, they're getting like, I don't know. I'm not on TikTok lives. I'm not on Clock Op lives enough to like see what like the
Same.
creators get when
They get
like
gifts.
people
They
are
can get
They
gifts.
get like
gifts.
little digital gifts, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting the
Yeah, and
digital
little
gifts.
hearts.
You're
Little
getting
roses
like
and birthday cakes and shit.
hearts. You're getting like a personalized like star emoji that you just like made a sticker just for like your stuff. It's you're you performed today. And like that sort of like spectacle also like sort of shifts your teammates out of like where they were. Livy, I mean, wavelength penumbra. Like, what's the vibes?
Yeah.
Either of you got a move that you're itching to do?
I have an idea, but I know Livy went late last turn, so I'm happy to give Wavelength the spotlight. Not the spotlight, but like the the turn first.
So what I would like to do is I'm torn between two things. I either want to mess with Peter Panic's whatever magic device that they're using, or I want to attempt to use telepathy to like disperse the fear gas and make it go away and like move it away from innocent people. So I don't know which one.
Are we able to collaborate a little bit?
Ooh.
Because I have two ideas as well. Wavelength. I was thinking of either dispersing the gas or trying to knock some of those disintegration orbs. Used like essentially like knock some of those disintegration orbs back into the store so that like they'll open up that part of the wall that we were trying to open up. And I think either for both of us is really good. We just have that one overlap where like, you know, I think maybe clearing up that wall space might give that like inlet of fresh air the opportunity to suck some of that gas out. So if you were to go for the magic, I could go for the break the wall.
Okay. Would that be a unleash my powers, or would it be a directly engaging the threat?
Also, feel free to tell me to fuck off, but like,
let's
No.
resolve penumbras first, because
Okay.
it seems like we gotta open up the wall to like, or let's see who's opening up the wall, who is like leading out the stuff.
I kind of just want to mess with Peter Panic's magic device
nice.
now.
Ruin Zirday. I mean,
Zirday needs to be ruined.
Period.
I think Penumbra's gonna handle the gas and making a hole in the wall, and
Penumbra's gonna do her best.
Bet.
I believe in Penumbra.
I have a couple of setup questions. One, how heavy / large are these balls of disintegration? Are they relatively light?
They're like baseball sized. Like you could pick one up. Like you definitely like see one that like didn't go off earlier, that got scattered. You can pick one up, press the button, and huck it at a wall.
Okay.
See what sticks.
I asked because I want to do something both very aesthetic and very disrespectful to Peter Panic, which is such a sentence. I would like, and by all means tell me if it's a little bit too much, I would like to use my body transmutation ability to sprout wings that are just a little bit bigger than Zir's. And I would like to use those wings to essentially just like do a powerful whoosh, which will kind of achieve a double effect of creating the wind gust to push the fear gas a little bit, but also send all those disintegration balls rolling back into the store toward that wall.
Oh.
And an added benefit of being like, fuck you, I can do this too.
Okay. I am going to need you, as you attempt this, to mark your doom track.
That's fair.
As you grow your wings just a little bit larger than Peter Panic's. And I will say use the adult move.
Okay.
To wield your powers.
All right. Now,
because you are doing a good amount.
Was that doom track for exerting myself or for the adult move?
Like it.
Because it could be both technically.
Do both. Mark it twice.
Okay. I figured I would ask. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flavor it, then I'm gonna roll for it, and then we're gonna flavor it some more. So what happens is Penumbra just kind of like stands up from this almost like hunched over, almost cowering pose as the fear gas starts to clear up just a little bit. Is kind of looking around and is like, fuck it, if he's here, we're gonna go for it. Whether or not this shadow figure is actually here things are bad enough that either he's here and he already knows where she is and it doesn't matter, or things are bad enough that it's worth it. And she kind of focuses her powers on that space, like that space beneath the escalators and the shattered lights that had just gone out, and pulls these tendrils of shadow from those lightless spaces that coalesce in and solidify into a pair of jet black wings, just a little bit bigger than Peter Panic's. And she will look over to Zem. Meet your eyes. I picked up a few tricks too. And then the wings go back, and they give a powerful beat as she tries to disperse the fear gas and send some of those little baseball disintegrates rolling toward that wall of the store that we are trying to open up. And it's what, plus freak? All right.
Wield your powers, rolled plus freak.
Let's see what happens. That is a... what's the number? 9. So...
I will say that, Livy, you can use a team point here, like, because y'all two were, like, already planning this. If you have something to assist in this moment.
Oh. What can I do to assist? I don't know how she would assist. Maybe just like could I assist by maybe trying to be a distraction, like telekinetically yeeting something at Peter Panic while Penumbra is doing this, just to be obnoxious?
Oh, perfect.
I love this so much.
Like, what do you throw at Peter Panic?
Can I take one of the controlled mannequins and just mentally yeet it?
Period. Yes. Like, describe like the mannequin, like, as it flails and crashes into Peter Panic.
I think Wavelength's starting to get slightly frustrated at the turn of events, and then she gets a little bit like mean about it, and like telekinetically flips the mannequin so that it like does cartwheels in the air and then launches it at Peter Panic.
Oh my god, it's one of those like 2010 like ragdoll games.
Yeah, and like, God, I have this image of like that one ghost that lives in a puppet from Undertale. And like at the end of their attacks, like they only had one like little ghost ball left, and they were like, yeah. And then like Peter just like moves to one side and like watches the mannequin like fall over that way. I think you're gonna like get Peter's attention. So he's gonna look at you and say, aren't you a little young to be doing this work? Before getting blasted in the air by a wave of just
air that is just a
wings.
bit bigger than Zier's.
Yes.
It's all mannequin limbs too.
Like I know it's not the size, it's how you use it. However, for me it's both.
Oh goodness.
And
tell me the two that you choose from.
I think I only get one, right?
Powers.
Oh no, I do, because I got the thing from Wavelength. That's right.
Yes.
I would like to neutralize a threat, at least for now, of the fear gas. And I would like, can I create something useful from your environment and just create create an escape route for the civvies out of that wall, but by virtue of the disintegration bits having rolled over there.
I think you're muted.
You
Anita?
are muted somehow. There we go.
Period. You beat your wings. It flies like exactly to plan. The disintegration bombs fly over in a perfect circle and disintegrate a like easily like traversed hole for people to get out from. And like you're able to land it like directly behind where you earlier heard like some whimpering, and like with the fresh air, with the wings beating the fear toxin out. The I'll say like with a wield your powers, the place clears up entirely of the fear toxin, and people are like, "Ooh, let's
Bye.
I'm leaving now." You see a bunch of civilians like sort of rushing out and like sort of emerging from a pile of like an overturned like clothes rack. Comes Peter Panic, but Wavelength. You wanted to do something to break their hold. Oh, cat.
My cat just almost killed me, Jesus.
Yeah, you wanted to do something to break their hold over the magic and the mannequins.
Yeah, because I know from the future that they have some kind of magical device or magical thing that they use. Is there any way with my +1 forward that's ongoing, do I know what the magical thing is and if I can mess with it?
Z isn't wearing a lot. Like I said, a bralette, a mini skirt, and you do notice things that weren't there, like the first time that you met Sir. Like a necklace of pearls and like also hip beads as well. You feel like if they're anything, that's what it is. Z doesn't have anything else on Zer. So you could definitely like target those, target the jewelry.
Is it a directly engaging a threat, or is it more of an unleash your powers?
This feels like directly engage a threat.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll. Like you can tell me how and then roll to see how Wavelength approaches this person who was like, you are very young to be heroing, which like is kind of a point, but also Z's an asshole. So go ahead and roll plus danger.
I would like to use my telepathy or telekinesis to like yank the jewelry off of their person. And
Period.
Then just, well, like, oh, I'm old enough. And let's see how that works out. The +1 forward, that's a 10.
All right. Are you frightened at this point?
That's an 8.
Okay. So with that, you can choose one option from directly engage a threat, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity, impress, suffice, or frighten the opposition. Seems like you want to take something from them. That seems like something that you can definitely do.
I would like to take something from them. I would like to take their
dignity
necklace. I mean,
period. You can get like
I would like to.
You can get all of the jewelry.
I would like all of the shiny things.
Bet.
Just floats away from their person.
Roll to mage hand pickpocket.
Yeah, at first you try to like get them from afar, and like it's hard to do from like so far away. But like you like figure, all right, if I want to like do this precision move, I gotta like get up close and directly engage this person. And like this person is a skilled fighter. Like Z kept up with Void. And as you sort of like run up and like tell me how you fight close hand, like how you fight close hand, like sort of using telepathy and also trying to distract your opponent enough to like get the jewelry off of them.
I like to imagine that wavelength manifests like a telekinetic, invisible, like force field shield thing in front of her, and like she's trying to mentally pull the jewelry off of her opponent while also blocking things. So her mind is focused on the taking pulling the jewelry while she manifests the shield with her one hand, her left hand.
Yeah, you like shield with one hand and you're shielding with one hand and grasping with another as you're like blocking like some very impressive, very like well-trained like martial arts blows. You see an opportunity if you could just get a little more power behind it, and you reach out and yank the jewelry off as the pearls like break and scatter like against the floor of the Nerdstrom's. You notice all around you mannequins that were like reaching in bags and like pulling out dangerous stuff sort of lose their life and crumble to the ground. And like as you do, you sort of like relief, you did it. And for a second forget that you are engaged with this person, and they're going to land a clean strike on you. Could you go ahead and take a powerful blow for me?
Ooh, that's a 4.
A 4 plus
Can
your
I
conditions
defend
marked.
them
That's a 4.
for that?
Yeah, it's a 4 plus. I only have one condition, so it's a 4
So you're
total.
good.
Period. That is
You
a miss.
failed successfully.
That is a miss. So you can mark potential, and
Yes. Go failure.
And you weathered the blow. Describe how you weathered the blow and stand strong, like at this very impressive hit.
So a wavelength, when Peter Panic tries to hit her, just says "Nuh-uh, personal space," and holds her hand out, and there's a force field that manifests. So she goes from doing a one-handed force field to using both hands, and just when they try to hit her, it just they end up
social distancing, motherfucker. 6 feet, bitch.
Z is blown back by the force of your force field, and sort of like appraises you for like a good second wavelength, as like it looks like the rest of the gang is sort of like coming to their senses as well. Like yeah, I will say Captain Jack, I want you to go ahead and try to pierce the mask for me. As you're like a little more removed from this situation and this person, I think you have a chance of like seeing some stuff that's like what's really going on here. Go ahead and roll that for me if you would. Ooh, Arnica, are you still with us?
You're muted.
I
That's a
was worried.
problem.
I am here. I'm
Period. Okay.
Can you
Um,
roll to pierce the veil?
yes, roll to pierce the mask. If you could roll plus
Mask, that's the
mundane.
thing.
absolutely. My mundane is -1.
Oh,
You
no.
are the least mundane person I know, so that tracks.
Accurate.
Alright. And that's a 6.
Okay. Um, that you are going to mark a potential. And like, I think I'm gonna flip the move on you as you're like looking at this whole dramatic situation. Like, this is a bad plan. Like, this is their former ally. They're coming to like y'all's base of operations, which they know it's your base of operations. You're outnumbered 5-1. It's not a good plan. Um, and you're trying to figure out what's going on in their mind. And um, instead, they sort of like look down at you. Um, and yeah, like I am going to figure out like what they what they like glean from you uh before they sort of look around at the damage they have done to the Nerdstrom, figure, that's enough, and dive and fly out of the hole that was created uh, into the sky, escaping from this whole bad situation that Z is in right now. And as y'all stand victorious in the crumbling Nerdstrom, I am going to call this episode for the night. Um, Congratulations, y'all. We have survived the pilot, the first super fight. I'm proud of us. I love that for us.
We survived.
Thank y'all so much for coming through. Like with a wrap up, I have been Anita. You can find me at Anita the Lesbian on Twitter and TikToks. My lovely cast is here. I will go ahead and like pass it around to like in the same order that I introduced everybody. Arnica, tell the people who you are, where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Arnica. I've played Alan James, Captain Jack. You can find me tomorrow on Valdorant's channel as we play Morphs on the Bayou at 8. I take Thursdays off and I will be here Friday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern for Aliens. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Hive at Arnica X Ross.
Uh, Period. Najra, what's up?
Hey everyone, I'm Najra. I'm a professional cosmaker. You can find me on social media as Najra Creations in most accounts. I play games sometimes here in Girls Run These Worlds. I don't do much more than that. So see you next week here playing Masks.
Jen, what's good?
Hoi! Hi friends. I am Jen. I have been your friendly local edgelord of the Frappuccino Penumbra /Tessa Gray. I can be found over on Twitter at Jenburb. I am I'm trying not to say this anymore. I am an awesome fucking person. We're trying. We're doing our best. And this is Pippin. That's all.
Top tier cat. We love to see it. Anne, take the stage. So many
Hello,
cats.
I do not have a cat. How unfortunate. But I am Anne. You can find me on Twitter at @XO_girlwonder, where I yell about all the cool stuff I'm doing. This week, I will be back on this channel at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow afternoon playing some Lancer, Love in the Time of Mechs, where I play a reformed hacker who's made some different life choices after a year of relative peace. And then she got back on her mech and blew up some stuff, and it felt good. So that is tomorrow afternoon. And on Thursday afternoons at 1 p.m. Eastern time, over on the on my friend Matt's channel, Spectrum TTRPGs, I will be playing a Power Ranger on the stream over there. Power Rangers Let There Be Thunder, where I play a Blue Ranger who is also a medic because I'm that kind of masochist. And then, yeah, I'll be back again here next week. Yeah, that's it for me.
Wonderful. Ava, bring us out.
My darlings and dears, it's your mother Ava here. You can find me on most social media at Madam Ava Couture. Right now, in regards to games, you can find me here on Tuesdays. And then on Thursdays, I'm on the initiative order playing Monster Hearts with some other Girls Run These Worlds members, Amber and Angela. I'll be playing totally not Valerie Gray, totally not Valerie Gray in a Danny Phantom inspired Monster Hearts game. But otherwise, you'll find me in those areas. And hey, it's Black History Month. Tip the Black people in your life. Reparations, man. Hell yeah.
Shout out to all the Negroes out there. Get that money, please. We love to see it. I have once again been Anita. I use she, her pronouns. I've been your game mistress for this incredible and motley crew. Here at Girls Run These Worlds, I'm just surrounded by greatness. And you know where you can get even more of that greatness? In our brand new zine that we just released to the public. Game design on 10, on 100. It breaks the scale. Please do yourself a favor and go read the incredible stuff that our people, our community is writing. And with that, I am going to sort of pass it over to God. We're going to raid. That's the word. We're going to raid another group. Like, who are we feeling, gang? I'm seeing 2 names in the chat. What's the vibe?
I'm good with whichever.
Yeah,
I'm biased to fitness. I'm biased to fitness because roll for luck.
All right, let's do it. Fitness to cosplay. We are going to go ahead and go over to oh god, no. Yeah. Fitness to cosplay. I know them. Roll for luck. You're right. I know that name. Fitness to cosplay is awesome. A part of the Girls Run These Worlds community. We're gonna raid them. Please stay on. Show love. We will be right here same Halcyon time, same Halcyon channel, to save the freaking world.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
we'll
Probably.
see you next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.